What's going on? It's your boy SB. We're going to talk about this article that I was pretty surprised by. They are talking about Amazon, and what they said, I was really surprised. This article is from CNBC and it's talking about Amazon and what they say. You may not believe this if you work there. I know you're not going to believe this. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But the headline is this: Amazon is the #1 company to work for. 3 years in a row. First off, where have I been these last 3 years? I don't remember this. What Amazon are we talking about? You feel me? This Amazon USA, Amazon India, Amazon Korea. Just playing. I don't know if they got Amazons over there. But when I seen this, that was the first thing I thought, like, yo, where was I during this? You feel me? Who voted this stuff? And they said that this was a poll taken from LinkedIn. So maybe that's why I didn't hear of it. I don't have a LinkedIn, but I'm not sure if it's LinkedIn. I used to get emails from one of them type of job sites, and it would say the reviews of the companies, what the employees who work there, what they rate their company. And every time on every site, no matter the day or no matter the night, I would always see not the greatest reviews when it came to Amazon. I seen a lot that were cool, and I did see some that were like, yo, okay, it's 5-star. But I really seen a lot that were not great reviews. I'm talking about like mid to sub low type reviews. So I'm really curious on where all this information came from. And I want to know y'all opinion if you work there. Is Amazon the best company to work for the last 3 years? Now we're going to go over the list because it's a list. I think it's like 10 companies. And I'm just tripping because in the live, I don't know if you guys were tuned into this live. It was one of the last lives. Somebody asked me, well, man, why do so many AMs leave? Do they get fired or, why do they quit? I said, in my experience, about 90% of the AMs that I knew that left, in my experience, they left for better opportunity. They left for better pay. So that's why I'm really perplexed over here. I ain't used that word in a minute, so I had to throw it in there. Anyways, that's why I'm kind of confused because I'm like, how is it #1? But I personally know so many people who left for better opportunity. Now, maybe that was just due to them being in the warehouse. That's when I was in the warehouse. So maybe they talking about Amazon, big corporate, the big boy corporate, maybe. I don't know, but let's see what they talking about. So the headline I read was the official headline. Amazon is the #1 company to work for in the U.S. for the 3rd year in a row, according to LinkedIn. That's deep. You feel me? That's deep right there. That's some revelation they got. Who gave them that revelation? I don't know. Anyways, it goes on to say 2 years ago, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos vowed to make the e-commerce giant Earth's best employer. And now he might be one step closer to achieving that goal. Shout out to Uncle Jeff. Says Amazon is the #1 company to work for in the U.S. according to new research from LinkedIn for the 3rd year in a row. First off, LinkedIn, where are you doing this research from? But they actually kind of talk about that in the metrics. Let's just read it. Let's read it. So it said, to determine the ranking, LinkedIn rated each organization on several factors, including upskilling opportunities for employees once hired and the frequency and speed at which employees are promoted. I mean, when you think about it, at least me and my personal experience, but see, I don't know. Amazon's #1 and employees getting promoted. I mean, maybe from L1s to PAs, but even that, when you're on a floor, inbound, outbound, wherever you're at, it's usually a lot of people and it's one person that gets to go be that PA or 2 people that get to be a PA out of a bank of what? Maybe 100 employees, sometimes more than that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But they said that's kind of how they gauged it. Then they go on to say, here are the top 10 companies to work for in the U.S. So let's see the top 10 companies. First off, we got Amazon. We're going to have to do some deep diving on this. We're going to have to learn and be curious. LinkedIn. Amazon's #1. We got Wells Fargo for #2. We got JP Morgan Chase for #3. We got Bank of America for #4. We got Alphabet for #5. AT&T for #6. United Health Group for #7. Apple for #8. Thoughts Work for #9. And Kaiser Permanente for #10. Who's Thoughts Work for works? Who works there? You feel me? I don't know. I've never heard of that company. So you're telling me LinkedIn is telling us Amazon is a better company to work for than Wells Fargo, Chase, you feel me? Bank of America, Alphabet, AT&T, Apple is better to work for Amazon than Apple? This is deep. So some of the things they said they considered, it says LinkedIn also considered factors like attrition and layoffs. That's what we base the best companies to work off of? Attrition and layoffs? I mean, I think there's more. Let me not judge them too harshly. So they go on to say companies that have laid off 10% or more of the workforce between January 22nd and April 2023 were ineligible for the list. Come on. Okay. So this is not, in my opinion, a truly accurate list. For that one thing alone, they're not putting some of the companies on the list. I don't know. Maybe the best 10 to work for currently that you may have less possibilities of losing your job from. But then you can't trust that either, because, okay, Amazon, they're at like what? They cut 10%, but their 10% compared to a smaller business, 15% is, you know what I mean? 10% of Amazon is what? 100,000 people or something like that. And 10% of a company that has 200 employees. Come on. You know what I mean? So the way that they're balancing this already is not a fair scale, in my opinion. So then actually a representative or spokesperson for Amazon, because y'all know I'm not a spokesperson and I do not represent the company at all, but we do have a spokesperson who spoke on here, and he says the company is proud to rank number 1 on LinkedIn's list for the 3rd consecutive year. How? Who voted for this? Are you on LinkedIn? Did you vote this? Did you vote for your company, or how does this take place? This don't make no sense to me. I don't see how this can be true. I've worked there for almost 4 years. Shout out to Uncle Jeff, though. You feel me? Thank you. Good looking Uncle Jeff on the job. The spokesman says they are proud to be number 1 for the 3rd year. Says we know there's even more for us to do as we work to make every day better for our employees and our customers. That's what's up. I think they go into detail. At least they went into detail on about them giving raises, but I would like that to be more let's expound on that. How are we going to make things better for our employees? I'm one of them employees, so I would love to know that. You know what I mean? Like, what's the detail of that? It's like an answer that's just left kind of open. You know what I mean? It just be left as is, like no accountability. Like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? What does that look like? But I get it. You probably wouldn't want to put that on a press release with CNBC because people will hold you to it. So there's more in that press release. I'll put that in the description if you want to check it out. Y'all know I could have asked 20 more questions and dissected that a little more, but I just wanted to keep it surface level. And like I said, I was truly surprised. Are you surprised? That's the first thing. Are you surprised Amazon's number 1? This don't make no sense to me. I'm very surprised. And I think it's because of my personal experience. I literally have been real close with a lot of people on salary, managers, this level, that level, up there, down there. And I've seen so many of them leave the company for quote unquote better opportunities. As I just said this, and I think it was yesterday's live or last week's. I think it was yesterday. No, it wasn't yesterday. I think it was last week's live. I said, in my experience, the percentage of AM salary people leaving the company in my journey, it was about 90% of them exiting the company for better opportunity elsewhere. So that's why it kind of trips me out a lot that it's number 1 over Apple. What's the wages? You know what I mean? We need more detail. We can't just go off of who had less layoffs and this and that. That comparison right there, Apple and Amazon. I've never had those on the same level. I've always had Apple way up here. What's the pay? You feel me? I would love to see more details in this with all these different companies. You feel me? What's their employees' health rate? You feel me? Hospital registrations number. You feel me? Like, how many employees over there then went to the hospital for stress in the last year? Could we get those numbers? You feel me? We need to put some more stuff into this. What company's the best? But I'm gonna stop there. But I've always said, I think Amazon is a great opportunity. I've said that plenty of times. And I was thinking to myself, that list, right? I said to myself, what would my personal list look like if I made a 1 to 10 in my own life with my personal jobs that I've worked? And you know what? Amazon would be on top. Not the most enjoyable, you feel me? Not less stress, definitely not. But if I had like 12 categories, because it could be Amazon has some great perks, UPT, PTO, vacation time. First off, we're just starting off with that. Most jobs, when it comes to calling off, you got to like approve it, get somebody else to cover you, boom, boom, boom. Amazon is lit on when it comes to that. You can wake up in the morning time, yeah, I'm not going in today. You feel me? Like, you can literally not go in. That part of Amazon's culture alone was a huge shock to me when I started working for the company. Just, You know what I mean? That alone was pretty dope. I was working in the warehouse stowing, like, you know what? I think I want to leave a few hours early today. And you just leave. You don't have to go ask nobody or nothing. You can just, all right, I'm out. And then there's a lot of jobs that don't have vacation or don't have PTO. We got to talk about the benefits. There's a lot of jobs that don't have the greatest of benefits. So even in my personal work experience, I would have to put Amazon number one. I feel kind of ashamed to say that, but like I said, as a whole, when it comes to growth, that was one of the main things I was excited about with Amazon. When it comes to the network, I was able to move out of California, my life to Arizona, and still have my position in the company. That's a big deal. If I wanted to go move to Florida, New York, you know what I mean? I can go and travel all over the place to transfer somewhere else, one of these other buildings, and still be with the company. That's a big deal. The network is on a whole nother level. Anyways, I've said all these things before, but they did talk about how they gave raises. They said in September 22, Amazon announced pay increases for its frontline employees. Amazon was flexing on it, like, hold up, young guns. Let me pull these out. Uncle Jeff was flexing like, yeah, we did give him a pay increase in 2022. Yup, we did give him a little pay increase during, you know what I mean? So did they do that? They did. Let's not front. The media and a lot of people try to always put Amazon in a bad light, which, hey, I'm not endorsing Amazon. I keep it balanced the best way as possible. So yes, Amazon still got a whole bunch of stuff to work on. That's a fact. But let's not act like it's not a lot of benefits and pros of working for the company. But anyways, I really would love to know y'all thoughts on that. First off, I was surprised. I do not... Hold on, I can't really say that. I'm not gonna lie, it's just like, yo, Amazon's the best company. This low-key sounds like, yo, y'all got some strings attached here, or, you know what I mean? I didn't think that at all. I think the biggest thing for me is the stress. You know what I mean? We need to have the stress levels put on this, in this little graph for these jobs as well. You know what I mean? I think that will probably shift things. Maybe, maybe not. But with all of Amazon's pros, I think that is a con with the company that they got to continue to work on. I think they have. From when I started in 2019, I say 2019, man, it was a whole nother beast back then. Amazon was no joke back then. So it has laxed, but I can't sit here and act like the job can't be stressful. But anyways, these are all just my opinions and my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Is Amazon the best company to work for in America? This don't make sense to me. Maybe I'm just tripping. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. Put in the comment section. Be sure to hit the like. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. I'm also an artist. I go by the name of SB. I just dropped a new EP. It's called Dreams of Motivation. The link will be in the description. It's on iTunes, Spotify, on all the digital outlets. Other than that, I'm going to catch you on the next video. It's your boy SB. Let's go. SB. Welcome to the land of the motivated. Motivated value one. Let's go. Welcome to the land of the motivated. Setting goals and overtaking. I'm talking big moves, corporations. I'm talking big moves, corporations.